not here to lecture or convince or preach to anyone. I'm simply here to say we live in a world of reality and non-reality. We need to learn to decipher between the two. We need to learn that there is much more going on than what some people want us to believe. I have lived this experience barely. And I continue because I have an obligation to the people that have helped me along the way, because I have nothing else. You have an obligation to listen with an open mind. And that's all I've ever asked. There are many more people in the world than me who have had much more exciting experiences than mine. Why don't we hear about them? Because somebody is out to take that option away from all of us. That is part of the danger in all of our lives. It's not the truth. It's the repression of the ability to choose for yourself.
Come up around the ridge, and as I came across the ridge, I witnessed my dog grabbing onto the arm of this creature. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was totally blown away, but I could see that the dog not only had a hold of this thing, but this thing had a hold of my dog. And within a matter of seconds, it was literally tearing my dog apart.
On-human.
Oh, yeah, completely. Yeah.
Completely, all right.
Non-human.
All right, now, on to the blood, or what we call the blood.
Okay, and there's a sample that we call, at that time, we call it the blood. This was really, really, really interesting. The sample was dried. When you put it through the freezing, you put it into contact with really low temperature. Usually liquid tissue, because blood is considered a liquid tissue.
Right.
They get really dry. And we have to rehydrate that tissue again. We rehydrate the tissue with saline solution. And at that time, we're going to be able to study the cells and is there difference. The general findings, when we tested it, reveal a level of oxygen and carbon dioxide and nitrogen-based gases, but with a slight difference. In this case, there was a high copper sulfate traces.
Copper sulfate?
Yeah, copper sulfate, really, really high traces of that.
Copper sulfate?
Yeah. The copper sulfate traces, there were white and red-black corpuscles, what they're called corpuscles, with elongated nucleus.
God, I want to stop you for just a second and remind my audience that in a recent significant interview we did on animal mutilations, they found missing from the cows what? Copper. The copper content, I think in the liver, if I'm remembering correctly, was almost entirely missing. And it just keyed when you said that to me. Fascinating. So, anyway, continue, please.
Okay, when we keep sampling and testing it, we look for chromosomes, because we're actually working with red blood cells.
Yes.
And we're looking for more specific proofs and findings. And when we did the chromosome study, it revealed that the red blood cells, or what we could be resembling red blood cells, they have a chromosome count of 46, exactly as humans.
Okay.
This is very human. We have 46 chromosomes too. But what is really, really, really astonishing is that 9 of those 46 chromosomes are not human.
9 are not human?
9 are not human, but they're only found in dolphins and some aquatic sea tortoises.
Dolphin, but these 9 chromosomes are found in dolphins and some aquatic sea tortoises?
Yes. This is the only data that we have that resemble this type of chromosome that we found in this blood.
Is there any way that you can imagine that any creature that we know of could carry such a chromosome structure?
No, that is unique. We check catalogs in many, many universities, and we went through a lot of data and trying to find some relationships between these scientific findings with any animal that we know, that science actually knows in our planet, and we couldn't find any way to fit it.